Let's switch gears this morning, as there's a really cool event. We are partners with the folks at Live Casino and Hotel, and I love everything about what Casey Cares does. So when I found out about this event, I was like, this is tremendous. Coming up on June 18th, the Casey Cares Foundation has announced a special Fireside Chat with Eric DeCosta. Perhaps you've heard of him, the Executive Vice President and General Manager of the Baltimore Ravens, at the Prime Rib at Live Casino and Hotel. And so now, joining us this morning, tell us a little bit more about that event and about what Casey Cares is all about. She is Casey Baines. She's the founder and executive director of Casey Cares, and she's with us this morning here on GCR. Casey, it's Glenn. It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for taking the time for us.
Morning, gentlemen. Thanks for having me, Glenn.
Casey, I feel like a lot of people are familiar. Casey Cares has become so ubiquitous throughout our region that I feel like a lot of people are familiar, have heard about Casey Cares, but never really bothered to ask, what is Casey Cares? How did this start? What do you guys do? So for that group of people, I was wondering if you could spend a minute or two telling us all about it.
It's crazy to think that we have been helping critically ill children for over 25 years now.
Awesome.
It all started when my background is in the logistics industry. My family has a trucking and warehousing company, a logistics company that has been a part of my family for 170 years. And I was always volunteering in the hospital. And this one day, 25 years ago, I was at University of Maryland and volunteering when I heard a little boy who wanted to meet a race car driver. You guys know, it wasn't NASCAR was coming, a couple weeks. I was like, I have some sports connections. I can help this little guy figure this out. I made some calls, and before you knew it, the race car driver was walking into this little boy's hospital room with his jumpsuit on, the hood of his car. And at the time, I didn't know race car drivers are little, like jockeys. So the hood of his car looked ginormous. And there was so much excitement and joy. So as the volunteer, I kind of backed away to let the magic happen as this little boy who was losing his battle with cancer was really having the moment of his lifetime with his family. And as I backed away, I heard a little voice on the other side of the curtain that divides the two hospital rooms say, I wish I had cancer. Maybe I would get cool stuff too.
Oh.
And it was with that I became obsessed with helping all critically ill children, because that little boy didn't want cancer. He wanted somebody to wrap their arms around him like we were this little guy who wanted to meet a race car driver and say, buddy, we got you. We're going to help you through this. And that's what Casey Cares has been doing for over 25 years, is not just helping cancer children, but helping children that have all kinds of health issues, frequent hospitalizations. Think about sickle cell. Think about transplants, anything that requires these kiddos to go in and out of the hospital to battle for their life. Casey Cares is there to help them, not once in a lifetime, not once a year, but continuously throughout their treatment and even after the loss of a child or the child is in remission. And it's not just about that critically ill child. It's about taking care of the brothers, the sisters, the moms, the dads. Because when a child is diagnosed, the ripples of that diagnosis are felt throughout the entire family. And Casey Cares is there.
Casey, I noticed that this event with Eric DeCosta, there's also going to be appearance. You bring up the family by a mom of a Casey Cares kid.
Oh my gosh. And this isn't just any mom. It is Gina Truesdale. Her little boy, Hammy, was in our program. Hammy was actually awarded Under Armour's modeling contract of a lifetime. So he is a well-known in Maryland and with Under Armour, Hammy is. Unfortunately, Hammy lost his battle. But when he was in treatment, he was always craving food. I mean, seriously, we were actually out at Armor Day, and he was like, I need ribs. And he's on stage with Michael Phelps. OAR was performing that day. And we're like, no, Hammy, no. Like, take this all in. You're here with Michael Phelps. And he's like, I need ribs. Let's go. And off we went to get ribs.
That was I love that. I love that.
Yeah. So now our Hammy's Heart program provides all of these brave kids and their families in our programs. When they get a craving, Casey Cares is on it. And we are sending them out to get the meal because they're on all these medicines that they're really craving. Because when your child's battling a critical illness, your pocketbook has been robbed. It's going to copays. It's not going to ice cream or special treats just to pick up your spirits.
Oh, it's wonderful. Casey Baines is with us from Casey Cares. So let's talk a little bit more about this event, because I know there's limited tickets available for this event. It's a very intimate evening. What is this night all about? And if someone says I'm going to step up, I know it's part about being part of the event. It's also obviously about making a donation to what it is that you guys are doing.
You guys, this event is all about community. I mean, the Ravens have always been there from day one with Casey Cares. And so Eric is stepping up to really bring, we only have 30 tickets left. 31 tickets left. It's a really intimate event. Eric's going to come give everybody the lay of the land, kind of give them the insight. I mean, everybody's very excited about our draft picks, and he's going to give the insight of how do you make those types of decisions and what he's hoping that the team is going to bring out on the field this year. So it'll be the start of training camp, and it'll be an opportunity to ask Eric some questions. Of course, it's going to be emceed by the one and only Mark Viviano, which will be a great pairing with Eric and Mark. It's going to be a memorable evening, all to help the brave children in our community.
You can go to caseycares.org, and then there's a link to the event. We're also going to link specifically to the event on our Twitter account, @GlennClarkRadio, for you to go if you want to purchase your tickets. And you're still looking for sponsors as well, Casey?
We have one sponsorship left.
Okay.
So yes, there's still the opportunity, but check it out. And we would love to have you there. You can learn about our programs, and you can learn about what's ahead for the Ravens this year.
Casey, I love everything about what it is that you guys are doing. I think it's wonderful. And not only for this event, but obviously if people can't make it out that night, I know there's about 1 million more that you guys are doing. They can check out.
Absolutely.
Yep, when they go.
It all matters. It's all about those little moments and lasting memories. You guys know it, whether you have a critically ill child or not. And can you believe it? With the community's help, we've helped over 500,000 critically ill children and their families.
Well, and what you say about the family is so important. Like my son, we spent 10 days in the hospital with him last summer. It wasn't critical. We were very fortunate, right? Like it was just, but the fear, the what it does to a family, it's very hard to explain. And so I appreciate that aspect of what it is that you all do. Again, caseycares.org, @CaseyCares on Twitter if you want to find out more. Casey, is there anything else we can share about what's going on?
That's it. Everybody makes a difference. Your donation of your time, your talent, come together, volunteer, help us roll some PJs in the hospitals. We do those little things at home for the families when their immune system's depleted, or the big things like throwing out the first pitch or going down in the tunnel to high five the guys as they take the field. It really is about those little moments and lasting memories in life that make a difference.
Casey, thank you for everything that you and that your foundation does. Appreciate you spending a couple of minutes with us this morning. Would love to get more involved in the future. Thank you again.
Thanks, guys.